So let's see what we have here. What do we have in this game? Dravidians versus Chinese on Arabia. 1400 level. Hey, Greed. Gonna be queuing up after this game, by the way. Okay. So, we are looking at the Dravidians' perspective here. On-screen celebration? What does that do? Oh, did it do nothing? Uh-oh. Scammed? Did it do something? I have no clue. Anyways. Actually, that's so weird. Started playing random... It did something? Alright, epic. I just, like, completely didn't even see it. Gigantify an emote? Oh my god, all of these new features. Okay, started playing random civ and trying to do something different than scouts into knights. Yeah, because Dravidians can't do that. So, yeah, we're going to need a new strategy, that's for sure. So, in this matchup, let's think about the bonuses. So, Chinese, they have just insane eco. Opponent's not playing it perfectly, though. 31 seconds? He's not as ahead as he could. He could have, like, more than half another villager. And that's pretty good. So, yeah, anyways. Chinese eco, in theory, should be very strong. Now, Dravidians do get that extra wood as soon as they reach the feudal age, which just means that you have to balance your eco really differently as Dravidians on the way up, because you have a free 200 wood. So one way that you can think of the Dravidian bonus with 200 free wood is that you have 4 extra villagers on the way to the feudal age. So each villager on the way to feudal age gathers 50 wood, roughly. If you get 200 wood on reaching feudal age, that's like you had 4 additional villagers on wood on the way up. So if you want to be 7 on wood for a normal civ, you go 3 on wood for a normal civ. You're gonna have the same wood count, but that means you have 4 additional villagers collecting food that whole time, for example. So, basically, instead of having 200 extra wood, suddenly you have four more villagers on food. So actually, your bonus can be more like a food bonus, because it just means that you have less villagers on wood, you can have more villagers on food. You can think of it like that if you want to. But, yeah, anyways. You just have to realize that you don't want to have too much on wood on the way up as Dravidians, because, yeah, otherwise you'll arrive to feudal age with too much wood. You can't do anything with too much wood. Because if you collect too much wood on the way up, you still have animals under the TC. You don't really want to make farms yet, so what can you do with the wood? You can't do anything. Wood bonus is really a food bonus. Well, depends on how you use it, right? Anyways. So far, so good. This house is a little awkward, but actually it's fine if you wall towards the gold. Then it's going to be good. This is a very open map. Like, the opponent can wall... You'd have to wall super far. Wow, look at this chonky wood line. Like, what? I guess it's just 2 combined, but holy moly. Some of these wood lines are kind of chunky. Chinese map, not too bad. He's got a neutral over here, too. He has 2 golds forward, so that could be exploitable. You have a gold sort of in the back. Pretty easy to wall this to here, and then to here. Just keep this exposed. It's kind of big, but you're in the corner. It's a lot easier to wall when you're in the corner because you have like this wall and this wall. So you just kind of have to wall in front like this. Whereas he's on the side, so he has to wall like this, this, and this. Something like that. So if you're in a corner, you got to think, okay, wow, okay, it's going to be a lot easier to wall. So you can think of it that way. Eventually, obviously, this map's still too exposed or like too open to wall right away. But you can definitely keep that in mind that it's going to be a lot easier to wall. See, look, you're playing this like a normal civ. You're playing this like a normal civ, and you're sending like 8. You're rebalancing your economy perfect for a normal civ, not for Dravidians. You're gonna have way too much gold, or way too much wood here. Yeah. We could have had a little bit more wood for the mining camp here, but it's fine. We're gonna go men-at-arms, which, I mean, as Dravinians makes sense, right? Oh no! He's got 8. You better make the mining camp first. Oh, we just lost 8 food. Oh, disaster. Disaster. Always kills me to not force drop the villagers. Okay, opponent idled for like 1 minute and 4 seconds, so he kind of just squandered the Chinese bonus, so that's really good. Okay, we're gonna wait for the third one and just go. You want to have them like waiting out here because look, we're just wasting time. We're wasting time. If you have them out here and you set the rally point here, then you can get them grouped up. If they're like chilling down here, he spawns here, it's just gonna waste time, just a few seconds, but still. Okay, you know where to send them, and we've got the archery range coming down. Yeah, just run, Like he can be annoying. A good player is gonna tap you once in a while and force you to like try and attack and just slow you down with these. But yeah, he sees it's coming. So you probably won't do any direct damage, but you might be able to do some indirect damage. Now you are housed. Oof. Not the greatest, but it happens. Men-at-arms archers is kind of hard to do. It's one of those things where you need to practice. So if you don't practice the build, you're gonna have a bad time because everything needs to flow pretty smoothly. Forgetting that house is easy. Like, I always forget that. Okay, no, it's not time to wall yet. We still don't have fletching. Basically, like, the next goal that you need to have here is to get fletching. So, basically, you need to have farms coming down or, like, something. Actually, you can just get the blacksmith. I guess you can still get it. As Dravidians, it's fine. Maybe. Normally, I wouldn't even, like, get the walls until I have fletching. But I guess you just didn't spend your wood effectively, right? Like, you were... When were you up? Like, look. We have way too much wood here. 300? We had the range and we still have so much wood. Yeah. Still so much wood. Constantly floating this much. So, we didn't really use the Dravidians bonus super well here, but it's kind of hard when you're playing random civ. Honestly, I would still get men-at-arms here. It's half price. It's only 70 resources for the civ. Like, it's just better. You're gonna apply more pressure. Honestly, you should just camp the berries, right? Like, look. Another thing to think about is the opponent is Chinese. Chinese start with 200 less food. What does that mean? He's gonna eat through his food faster. Even if he pushes deer, he's gonna eat through his food faster, which means that his berries are very valuable as Chinese. So, imagine you just chilled at his berries and he can't take berries. You have 3 men-at-arms chilling at the berries. Look at his food income. 6 vills on food, all on berries. Imagine that number was 0. Imagine how many like unborn villagers you're gonna be killing with these men-at-arms if you're just camping this mill. But we're kind of like running around trying to do direct damage when we can do indirect damage by hitting the mill. Where's your scout? Did we lose it? Scout's chilling. Look, Scout's here, we get this vill. Scout's not here, we do literally nothing. It's so important to block villagers with the Scout. Hopefully that makes sense. These guys could have done a lot of damage if we were just camping this. So, yeah, direct damage is not everything. This is great, though. This is huge. You have fletching. Man, huge damage. 1 down. 2 down for sure. Maybe? No. It's good that you backed off, though. Okay, you got 2 skirms. He's got 1 skirm. There it is. Beautiful. Huge damage. Oh, my God. We're so far ahead. And you know what you can do while you're ahead? Okay, you've done your damage. Imagine this. You're full walled. You do need to get the walls up. You're full walled, and you get your army back home. You can go down here because he's not walled yet. But, oh, man, he's not walling properly. Imagine he walled. I mean, I guess it makes sense to wall like this, but still. If he had scouted it better, he could wall like this. It's pretty far, though. But anyways, like, imagine you get your army out. You have the same army count, but you're 6 villagers ahead. Can you imagine? Like, opponent is getting wrecked because he didn't know how to play Chinese. It's random civ. It's hard to play Chinese. The reason he's got so much idle TC, initially it was just because he just didn't know what he was doing in Dark Age, but then your food is really limited here. He tried to add some skirms in when he had, like, no food income, and, yeah, that hurt his vill production. So, yeah, you're super far ahead. You did idle for a minute, which is definitely not ideal, but, yeah, your position's good. right now, you got to know that you're super far ahead. And Chinese, like their bonus is having more vills at the start. But if he doesn't have more vills at the start, then what does Chinese have? They have cheaper techs. That's like actually all they have at this point. So Chinese is not even scary here. I mean, I guess their TCs give extra pop space, but still, like, it's not even... Chinese isn't even good if they lose their early villager advantage. Like, if they're in this position, they don't have any, like, super amazing options, I would say. Like, I mean, they're still good, but they're not, like, super oppressive. Okay, there's another one. Kind of awkward blocking there. You want to get the archers to never fire from max range like that. You can just move them, but it's kind of tricky, though. The micro's tricky. Nice. Your micro is really good, by the way. Like, this is... this micro is so good. Yeah. If you can just, like, learn the macro side, like the kind of build order, really, like, practice the build order, you're going to be easily 1600 at this rate. Because your unit control is really good. Like, you're using your units pretty intelligently. Obviously, there's always ways to improve, but, yeah, if your opening was a bit more smooth, then this game is over. I mean, it already is over, basically, but, yeah, here we go. So we're going to be gearing up to go to the next stage. Oh my god, we still have these units in his base. He just can't even deal with these. Holy moly, we're just up. You can do anything from here. It doesn't even matter what you do from here. You can... I mean, the safe way is just, I guess, boom with some pressure. Unfortunately, we don't have knights, so you kind of should have been making, like, archers on the way up. Or you should have been making archers behind this, basically. You should have had a second range, and you should have, like, a small group of 7 to 9 archers here. If you had, like, 9 archers, you go for crossbow timing, the game ends. But since we didn't build up any more archers, we're kind of sitting here. Now we're confused. Now it looks like we're confused as to what to do. Because... like, what are you going to do? Add 2 TCs? Yeah, adding a TC. You're going to add another TC maybe here. On the gold, that's just bad, though. Like, why not put it on the wood and the gold? It's just objectively better to put it here, too. Plus, it defends this side better. Okay. Anyways, like, look at our resources. We could be going Elephant Archer at this point. Just, like, Elephant Archer would be sick, too. Elephant Archers for this Civ is amazing. Wait, how come it says 99.8? Oh, I guess it's just bugged. That's funny. I was lost. Yeah, you look lost here. You don't look like you know what you're doing at this point. The opening was decent. Okay. Why? Literally, why would we put a palisade gate here? Hello? He's up here. I mean, I guess you can go out this way, but I don't know. I don't know about that. That's gonna be just a weak point. Nice. It's taking relics. You can't go wrong with that. We have no clue what the opponent's doing, though. We have 0 scouting. Really good idea by Blue to make these houses here. If he gets town, watch, he will see everything. Actually, this is a sick play. But, like, he should never be able to do this because you should have map control because you should have army. Okay. Should be able to just wall this. No problem. A couple of monks and you're safe. No problem. What are we doing? We're just making monks? We're making a couple of spears? We have the university, but, like, why? What's the oh my god, we're so rich. Honestly, just go infantry from here. Oh, he's just gonna call it. Yeah, he's just too far behind. Like, he wasn't gonna be able to do any damage with this. He's like 1 TC. He needed to make a siege push happen. Like, he needed... honestly, Blue needed to make a forward siege workshop right away and just siege push. You just boomed, though. Like, he knew it was over because you were so far ahead economically from early game, but, I mean, you didn't really do anything here. So, yeah. See, if you had gone Men-at-Arms earlier, you would have had that upgrade, and you could have made longswords work here. Which would have been kind of weird, though. It's kind of better. I don't know. I think just playing Crossbowman is going to be the standard play. Crossbowman with Boom. Like, we go back to early Castle Age here. And, like, we should have just had Crossbowman going to his base. We get to his base, like 40 seconds later, we are at his base with 10 crossbowmen. He's like 20 seconds to Castle Age. It's going to take him a minute to get a couple of knights out. 2 knights isn't going to stop it, so it's going to take him like a minute and a half to get his units out. By that time, he's just pushed away from here. He's maybe pushed off of this, and I mean, the game is just over. But yeah, like we could have had archers as well. Like, look, right here, we already pretty much have enough to go up. You can just be, you're making the market too anyways. We could be making archers behind this, just one range archers. As soon as we click up, like right here, we can add a second range. As soon as we have the res. Wait, what are we spending the resources on? Do we... Oh, we made a farm. Yeah, we don't need farm. Like, look. Dude, you have 19 farms? You add farms if you want to go elephant archers, I guess. Straight elephant archers, but you don't want to add any more farms here. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. You actually didn't add farms. But yeah, like right here, we could have been starting to make elephant archers if we wanted to. That would have been perfect. We had a second range, elephant archers. Perfect. But we are kind of just sitting on our res. So, like, imagine blue gets up. He makes knights. And then instead of sitting at home doing literally nothing with them, he sends them to your base, and then maybe you have some problems. Like, imagine he comes here. Imagine he has a siege workshop coming up right now, and he's going to get in. But instead, he has no sense of urgency, and he's just chilling at home with his knights. And they're just doing nothing. They're just, like, hanging out here. And that's why blue lost, because he's just doing nothing with his units. They're, like, chilling for way too long. And now, by the time he comes forward, you're already, like, full boom. It's just over. So, yeah. Good booming, though. It was so over. Okay. Yeah, this was this was an eco win, that's for sure. Biggest struggle is knowing what to do after the opening. Yeah, well, hopefully that helped. Hopefully that helped. Opening was decent. Getting to Castle Age was decent, but we could have been adding units. Just like passively adding archers and chilling at home. Because basically the initial attack, you hit early feudal age when you have kind of early tech advantage by just having units. Having fletching archers. And then your next timing advantage is going to be early Castle Age. So you want to build up units to go for that crossbowman timing. Crossbow timing with booming is so good.